world where technology is constantly advancing, the art world is no exception. Artificial intelligence, or AI, has begun to make its mark on the industry, but not everyone is convinced it's a positive development. AI-generated art, which uses algorithms and computer programs to create images and videos, has become increasingly popular in recent years.
A lot of the apps and just ways of editing images or ways of creating images have become more commercially viable and commercially available. So there are apps like Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, and then the one that's gotten a lot of buzz is Dolly.
Trends on Instagram and TikTok are spreading where people post pictures of themselves in AI-generated art. Big businesses in Silicon Valley and companies like Microsoft have already invested millions into AI art. But amidst all this excitement, we see many artists concerned for their futures. One major concern is that AI-generated art often steals from existing artwork.
I think, for the majority of the artists kind of practicing, they're not necessarily going to be in danger of, the value of their work being devalued, but what is not being remunerated is the fact that somebody that controls these AI systems that right now are kind of, free to play around with and free to use, but are very soon going to be monetized, that somebody's making a lot of money off of sets of data that have already been produced by a human.
The algorithms used to create the art can be trained on thousands of images, leading to similarities or even outright copying of existing pieces. Even though many can tell that some work was done by AI through distorted parts of the image, very well-generated ones can be extremely challenging to differentiate from actual drawn pieces. In many AI portraits, you can also see signatures that have been blurred or look warped. These are the signatures of the artists that the AI has stolen from. Recently, artists like Carla Ortiz, Sarah Anderson, and Kelly McKernan, along with companies like Getty Images, have even tried to sue AI art tools like Stability AI, claiming that they are stealing work.
Like if you were to say something like, make a comic in the style of Sarah Anderson, it's really easy to do. In fact, that's what the right, the political conservative right did by kind of co-opting her characters and then writing in words to the characters that weren't even hers and then publishing it as if it were hers.
Another concern is that AI could put human artists out of work. With the ability to produce art quickly and cheaply, some fear that AI could replace human artists in the job market. An example of this happening is the San Francisco Ballet using AI art to promote their production of Nutcracker on Instagram. This is an example of artificial intelligence taking away opportunities from human artists, as the SF Ballet decided to use a program instead of hiring and paying someone to draw a poster for them. When AI art is being recognized instead of actual art made by people, it brings up a lot of concern over the future of artists. The art industry is competitive enough. With programs generating quick and efficient art, companies could pump out large quantities of work with comparable quality to human work. So what can we do to make sure that there is a future for artists? By supporting and hiring human artists, we can ensure that their unique voices and perspectives are not drowned out by AI-generated art.
It's going to be legal stuff, like really boring legal stuff. But I do think, getting all of us like in a room together and like talking to one another, not atomized, there's power in numbers. There's power in being comrades and being collaborators.
Additionally, speaking out against the use of AI generators to create art for commercial use helps us certify that the art we see and buy is not stealing from existing works. AI art is definitely a new and exciting thing most of the time. It can be fun to see yourself drawn quickly and for free, and it can be a useful tool to visualize things with little effort. However, it becomes a problem when it is actively taking away opportunities from artists and stealing their work for marketing purposes.
And I think that, we're kind of at the turning the bend with both AI and blockchain in ways that I think if we can get it right at the beginning, it will steer the ship in the right direction. If we don't, we're going to have a runaway machine. I think that would be very hard to correct later on.
By valuing the creativity and individuality of human artists, we can ensure that these people can maintain a place in the art world. By doing so, they can be more confident in showing their creativity while looking forward to opportunities to pursue their passions.